I mean, this is really helping people become the best they can be. And if you look at me, I'm a prime example of that. I mean, I started as a custodian, never thought about growing up to be a facilities manager, but this group and this organization and this conference in particular helped me become who I am. And I don't have a degree. I never went to college. I played Army for some years, but never went to college. And look where I am. And it's because of the relationships. It's because of these conferences.
It's the people around the state, that people that you only see a couple times a year, but you develop those relationships, and just sitting down and having lunch with them, having those informal conversations. That for me is the biggest piece of this conference. There's a lot of great things happening with education and all those things, but when it comes down to it, it's about the relationships, it's about the people. I consider a lot of them my friends, even though I only see them a couple times a year, right? And so, but I also know, based on the relationships I've created, all I have to do is pick up the phone and dial their number, and I know I'll get good advice, or some, if I want to run by something by somebody, I can do that, and I'll get, they're willing to give me accurate feedback, not what I want to hear. They'll tell me what they think, and that's really critical in our jobs, right? Because sometimes we don't have anybody in our district that we can ask those questions to.
How many times have we reached out to some of the people that we created relationships with, and what they've done for our district is, you can talk thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Being efficient, I mean, everything that comes along with what we learned here, helping out districts like I'm helping out right now. A lot of the things that I learned in all these conferences is helping me help this district become the best district it can. And it's invaluable.
I think one thing that's changed over the years that we're doing now is recognizing our custodial staff by region who've done some outstanding things. And so I think that's enriched our conference a little bit by recognizing those individuals. And it's always nice to do that.
I think the best memory for me, and it goes back to what Joe said, was giving out the first Custodial of the Year awards. Really kind of touched me pretty deep. And I think that was probably the best memory for me, but there's a lot of them that are really close to that.
A few years ago, there's two gentlemen from Iowa who attended our conference. And so just sitting down with them, getting to know them, introducing, and the informal conversations we had about what they're doing in their facilities and what we're doing in our facilities, I think is really beneficial, and some of my greatest memories, really. But over the years, if I had to say one thing, it's not necessarily those classes, because you take them back. It's the extra things. It's the leadership classes, and we have quite a few of those coming up in this conference as well. It's the classes that talk about developing team, and like our keynote speaker. And over the years, those are the things that we as facility managers a lot of times don't get, or have the time to go out and get that at a different conference. Excuse me. So I think it's those types of things that I've taken back over the years, a piece of this, a piece of that presentation. And that's really what's helped for me develop my management strategy and my leadership strategy in lacrosse. And then, of course, when we go and do the go-kart racing and laser tag and playing pool, it's just in a different environment for all of us to get together and relax and share stories and just develop those relationships.